Welcome to the podcast that passes poor performance on pop culture. I'm one of your hosts, Darren Duncan, alongside with my best friend, Audie Marsh. We're just a couple of cool cats casually causing some chaos with conversation. We're here to entertain you, not hurt your feelings, so don't blame us.
Over to you like this. Hi.
Right.
Hi.
This is the first fucking goddamn time ever.
Yeah, live in studio.
In Pennywise fucking goddamn pub. That's the whole name.
And nobody's going to be watching tonight because it's like fucking 12 in the morning.
Here's the thing, though. Do you care? I don't care. So let's take this time to shout out to New Glarus Brewing Company and Rip It Energy. Sorry, we're not watching Rip, or we're not drinking Rip It. We're drinking New Glarus.
Look, Ryan's on. Ryan stayed up just for us.
That was quick as fuck. Ryan came in with the quickness.
Ryan's like, look, a notification.
Right. Good job. Thank you so much.
The gods have shined upon me.
Right.
So let me tell you a story real quick, Ryan. We're supposed to go live
9:30, we thought.
last night? No, I'm talking about.
Oh, Friday. Typically, Friday.
Yeah, but then we were like, dude, I'm going to be there.
I was sore because I was in a pit bull incident.
So
we can get into that on Patreon.
Oh my goddamn.
My poor goddamn spine.
That would have been perfect. Perfect little soundboard. So I drove. What's today? Monday. So I left Sunday. And dude, like, I almost did not make it. I was like, I'm gonna get a hotel. I was like, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna get a hotel, and then I'm gonna recuperate, and then I'm gonna hit the road again. But Ryan, I got here, dude, and I was suffering from food poisoning. My wife had it too as well, because we both woke up Sunday morning, looked at each other, and was like, ugh. And we had the shits and pukes. And I got here to your house, and I'm like, I gotta make myself puke to make myself feel better, because I'm not about to stay here the next 4 to 5 days, fucking sick. Even though I sound sick because of my fucking sinuses from puking.
What's funny is I've been anticipating you to get up here, and I'm like, we're gonna get shit hammered right off the bat. But it's like you came up feeling like shit. I was super tired, and we both just fell asleep on the couch.
I get to his house, I just like, what's up, dude?
Right, like we
fell asleep for like 12 hours.
Like, I'm gonna take a nap, man. I'll wake up about 9 o'clock, p.m. and we'll do a podcast, have some beers, and it's like, nope. We slept till like 3 in the morning, and then we woke up and we were like, let's go back to bed.
Yeah, I was like,
nah, we woke up at 7:30 in the morning, and then you were like, should we go back to sleep? I'm like, fuck it, I'm up, man.
Yeah. So yeah, I've been battling food poisoning, putting it off. And so here we are at 12 in the goddamn morning.
Yeah. So and then we today we decided to take the kids to the trampoline park, and while we were there, we're like, dude, let's go see a movie. Like, fuck it. Yeah. I'm like, what about Batman? And then at the same time, we're like, isn't that movie like 3 hours
fucking
long?
I'm like, nah,
fuck
bro.
that. And I was like, dude, the Jackass movie is still in theater, I think. And we checked it out, 1.5 hours long. Yeah. Fuck it. Let's go see fucking Jackass. And you're super big into CKY.
Absolutely.
Like, you heard of CKY before Jackass was on MTV and shit.
Oh, yeah.
And I wasn't. My first introduction was the Jackass television show on MTV. And right off the bat, before we get into our introductions to the franchise or whatever you want to call it, how cool was it when, like, the nostalgia, when they showed the astronaut and the MTV flag, and they played the old MTV guitar
the Dick
riff.
House and stuff. Yeah.
It was like, all right, here we are. We're fucking here, man.
This is it. Awesome. It definitely, I don't know, it hit some feels a little bit. I don't know.
Spoiler alert, lots of dicks and balls.
Oh, yeah. Like, I was expecting more buttholes than,
for sure. I expected open ass. They got a chick on the crew now.
Yeah, that was kind of weird. Not saying I'm against chicks being on anything, but it was just different.
Yeah, because they had to get rid of the fucking CKY crew.
Yeah,
for whatever reasons. Ryan's dead. Bam, for whatever reasons. I don't know the whole story why he's not involved, but
Yeah, we'll get into that
Yeah, for
later
sure.
on.
But what was your initial introduction into this whole
So
Jackass thing?
so when movie rental places was a thing, uh movie gallery was the shit in my hometown. We
Yeah,
didn't have a
I had a movie
Blockbuster.
gallery.
Like all my friends that like well, friends in school, people that would come from the north and new kids are like, "You don't have a Blockbuster?" Like
Right.
Blockbuster was the big thing, I guess, in the north. And we're like, "No, we got a movie gallery, bitch."
Yeah, we had a movie gallery over
Yeah,
here
so
too.
movie gallery was the shit. And what happened was, uh, my buddy and I, Ricky, which is a brother to me, him and I has been friends since sperm. Uh, we came across it, and I believe it was the VHS of Raytheon on the front. I'm trying to remember. It was Raytheon with making his like growling face, and I think it was like a purple uh VHS cover. But being, in a small town, I've rented every fucking movie there is in that movie gallery. And I was like, what the fuck is this?
Right.
This was new.
This looks weird.
No one's talking about this. I was like, all right, cool. So I rented the VHS and I discovered like kids because at the time they were like no older than me, dude.
Yeah, they were
Like,
probably late teens, early 20s
yeah,
at
like I
least.
think Bam and Ryan were like 4 or 5 years older than me. I'm
Right.
38. Ryan would have been like 42, maybe. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. But they were no like even the rest of the crew. There was some even my
They
age.
were just white kids from the suburbs
Yeah,
like
and
us.
they
Like
were
you could
filming.
relate to them.
They were filming shit that Ricky and I were doing. Like
Right.
Ricky and I would jump off of shit. I mean, we would just like, dude, check this out, and just fucking whirl
Right.
our shit off a fucking top of the shed and hit the ground like,
Right.
and go back and do it again. And I was like, these kids are doing the same shit that you and I do, Ricky, but they're fucking filming it. And
Yeah.
at the time, filming was you just like I wasn't rich.
Well, who
You
had a
had to
fucking
have
video?
fucking
No kids
money,
had a video
right? And
camera.
these kids had,
And
and I
plus
was
they're
like,
editing the shit. It's one thing to film
absolutely,
it, but
yeah,
they're editing it
yeah.
too,
And I think I seen something somewhere where Bam Margera said something about how he spent more time editing, like just long nights of nothing but CKY editing, and it was on. He said it was the shittiest program ever. Like, he spent hours doing more of the editing than he did any of the shit.
than filming it. Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, and he dedicated so much time to it, and I think that was big when you and I were growing up. Because like, here's some kids doing this shit that you and I dreamed of doing, but
Right.
I couldn't afford a fucking,
We're already doing this dumb
I
shit on the weekends anyway.
yeah, I couldn't afford a camcorder, the big ones that dad would take and
Yeah,
fucking
on
film
Christmas morning
soccer
and yeah,
games, and yeah,
exactly.
I couldn't afford that, and they would never let me take that shit. I was like,
No,
"Get the fuck."
fuck no.
No, that was like
Absolutely not.
$1,000 in like, what,
Late 80s,
90
early
90
90s.
yeah, like 95, 96 or something like that. So, I watched it and I was like doing what we always did. I took a piece of paper, I put it in the little thing on the VHS, and I had a double, and I fucking recorded it, dude.
Hell
You're not
yeah.
a legal, yeah. So,
So you're a fucking pirate before
the
Jack Sparrow?
oh, absolutely. I recorded illegally recorded it, and uh, we didn't have the internet then, so you couldn't just order the shit. Like,
Right.
it was hard times for us growing up, dude. Like, we didn't,
Compared to now.
you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, third world problems, first world
Right.
problems. Uh,
It was so hard. It was like, no, it was hard for
no.
the depression. Our
Yeah,
grandparents had
it
it
was.
hard. We're like, you don't understand, man. We didn't have video
I didn't
cameras.
have a RCA fucking,
Yeah.
you know,
It was
like
hard times.
like what kids like. My daughter can take this today and do 10 times better than what Bam did, all in the palm of their hand, and just be
Yeah.
like, blows
People
my
make
mind.
movies on fucking phones now,
Absolutely,
dude.
dude.
It's
I do a
crazy.
lot of the editing for everything we do,
Right. On the
for this
fucking phone.
podcast just from the phone. So,
That's insane.
that was my first introduction, was being a little bastard kid, watching these assholes do the same shit that my boy Ricky and I did.
Right.
And I was like, that's the coolest shit. Like, in a way, I was like, Ricky, we don't have to do no more of this shit. we'll just watch these assholes do it, and they're recording it, you know? And then I found out later they had, like, multiple CKY VHSs, 1, 2, 3, and then later on when DVD started hitting, they made a movie called Haggard.
I
Mean
remember that.
Mean Hags came out, but that was my introduction before we slip into the Jackass type shit because you'll know more on, prior to.
How they came
Yeah,
together,
because
yeah.
I just from that was my introduction. What was your
My
introduction?
my, the first time I never batted an eye at CKY, but I
Yeah.
would hang out in skateboard shops, and I hope I'm not echoing here, but I was, I used to skate. I was never any good at it, but I hung out in a lot of skateboard shops, and I would see the CKY videos, and I just assumed they were another skateboarding video.
Mm,
And all my buddies were like, "Dude, they're hilarious! Like they're fucking hilarious!" And that's all I knew about is they were hilarious skateboard videos. And I remember late at night, fucking Jackass, that riff, that shitty riff,
yeah.
and the fucking skull and crossbones, but it was fucking crutches. And the whole do not send your fucking videotapes in. We're not going to even view them. Fucking don't do this shit. And I remember the hi, I'm Johnny Knoxville. Welcome to Jackass. I'm going to get hit with a taser. I remember watching this shit.
Mhm.
And I just thought these guys were fucking insane. Right. And then they inspired me and my friends to fucking do dumb shit and film it. You know,
Yeah.
so like mine's a little bit opposite of what you did. But anyway, as I got older, and this is just within the last couple of years, Hulu, the streaming service,
Mhm.
has this documentary called Dumb, The History of Big Brother Magazine. And apparently, Big Brother Magazine was a skateboarding magazine that I'll tell you right now. So, Big Brother was a skateboarding magazine founded by Steve Rocco or Rocco, whatever, in 1992, and it was a notable for ushering in street skating and subculture of skateboarding. Big Brother ceased publication in 2004, and no subject was taboo. And I've told you this earlier about the shit that they would put in their
Yeah.
fucking magazines. So now, I think Jeff Tremaine is like the director. He's the guy behind the scenes that they're always like, "Hey Jeff, fucking touch the mousetrap." He's like, "Fuck you." He's the director, right? But anyway, him and I think Johnny Knoxville were like a big part of Big Brother magazine. Wee Man was in it.
Mm.
They were just skateboard magazine. Bam Margera was a fucking skateboarder signed by Element, and they would just go to locations and photograph skateboarders. And Bam Margera and all of his fucking friends, they're from like Pennsylvania, I think.
Yeah.
Um anyway, when they say
No, they
ass,
are.
they're like ass. You know, they
Yeah.
have that accent like they're from Pennsylvania, I believe. But anyway, so when their crew would show up, they're already fucking shooting firecrackers out of their butts and just doing dumb shit. And Big Brother kind of caught on and would put these pictures of them doing not just skateboard tricks, but stunts in the magazine. It was a big magazine, underground skateboard magazine. Well, Steve-O was just a kid and he was in clown school. He was trying to become a clown and he loved fucking Big Brother magazine and he couldn't skate to save his life. He wanted to be a clown or a stunt man. And he would find out where these fuckers were going. Like, oh, they're staying in this hotel. I'm gonna get a fucking hotel there. And I'm gonna fucking wait till they're outside filming. I'm gonna fucking stand on the balcony, get their attention. I'm gonna fucking jump off the fucking balcony and land in the pool. I'm gonna set my hair on fire. Like he followed these guys because he's like, I want to be a part of Big Brother. And they kind of hated him. They're like, this dude's fucking annoying.
Yeah.
There was even a part where they're like in the van driving to the next location, and Steve-O's like, stop, stop, stop. They're going over a bridge. And he's like, I'm gonna jump off this bridge. And they literally put this thought in their mind, like, when this fucking guy jumps off this bridge, we're gonna leave him because he's so fucking annoying. But then they're like, their conscience kicked in, and they're like, what if he fucking
What if he
drowns?
breaks his neck?
Yeah, so they
Yeah.
fucking waited and they let him, but so he eventually became part of the crew. But anyway, back to what I was talking about a couple seconds ago or whatever. Bam Margera's crew was kind of I'm gonna go out and say it, in my opinion, was the total inspiration for
Oh,
Jackass.
absolutely.
Big Brother magazine got shit canned, and we'll get into that if you remind me. But you know what? Let's just say that, and then we'll get into the
Yeah,
Jackass
absolutely. Go
thing.
ahead.
So Big Brother magazine, they did this fucking issue, and the top of the magazine, it was in building blocks like little toddlers play with letters, and it said like Big Brother magazine, and then it said kids issue, and it looked like, remember Highlights magazine?
Yeah.
They fucking did it. It looked like Highlights magazine, and it was this little kid like doing like a fucking indie grab off a fucking ramp, and it said kids issue, and this thing hit the shelves, and parents were buying this like, oh, cool, a skateboarding magazine for
Yeah.
children. My fucking 8-year-old skateboards. And in this fucking issue, they were teaching people how to kill themselves. They were interviewing children like at random skate parks, and they were like, what kind of sounds do you think your mom makes when she's getting fucked by your dad? And these 8-year-old kids are like,
Jeez.
what? And like these parents were reading this, and they were like, fuck these guys.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's the sole reason why they went under. I think they went under because people were fighting and there was money issues. But eventually the crews came together, Johnny and Jeff. They were probably like the executive producers. They were probably the ones with the money behind them. And then Bam was the one with the balls and the talent. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
think, in my opinion, kind of. And that whole first and second season of Jackass was Bam and his
Yeah,
crew.
dude, it was nothing but CKY videos.
Exactly right.
When it hit MTV, I was like, this is
So
boring.
you knew who they were because you've already seen the guy pissing on an
Yeah, I
electric
was like,
fence and
that's Rad
shitting out of a
himself.
van window.
Yeah, I was like, there's Ray Keon. There's
Right.
Brandon DiCamillo.
Right.
Like,
and then like I remember when like Johnny Knoxville did the fucking cattle prods and mouse traps, and it's like, well, you already seen CKY, so it's like this is old news with just a couple of new guys.
Pretty much.
Right. But now it's on MTV. It wasn't underground.
Yeah,
anymore,
it was it was MTV, and that's what threw me because we didn't have the internet then, so you couldn't just look up, oh, this is why, when Jackass started blooming, I guess.
Right.
But in a sense, I was like, I've already seen all this.
Right.
You know what I mean? I was like, like this is nothing new, like the same shit they were doing in CKY, but now it's on MTV, and I was like, did they just change the name like to Jackass?
Right.
Like,
that makes sense.
That's what I thought. I didn't, like I said, I didn't have the internet to be
But
like,
Bam would still be like CKY crew, and CKY is his brother's band, right?
yeah,
Can't Kill Yourself.
Yeah, that was Jess's band he had with him, like, because that blossomed as a thing too. I learned CKY from CKY. It's weird.
From the band.
Yeah, I was like, oh wow,
you know who the singer isn't? The singer married or dating Felissa Rose?
Yeah,
the actress from who played Angela in fucking Sleepaway Camp.
Right. Darren is his name.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
What a fucking! I bet he's handsome.
He's no longer with CKY. They had a fallout.
Really? So
Yeah,
is CKY even a thing?
Yeah.
There's still a
Chad
band.
Ginsberg took over, which was the bassist.
Oh wow, okay.
And
weren't they just 3 dudes? They were 3
it was Jess, Darren, and Chad, and I think they had a fourth, but it was off and on. But Darren went and got a new band called 96 Bitter Beings, 96 Bitter Beings, 96 something.
Okay.
I actually, since we're talking about it, I had him lined up for my other podcast that I've neglected. He agreed to it, and it never fucking happened, fucker. So Darren, if you're watching this,
he might come on this one instead.
Yeah, I hope, fucker. I can say that because
he
blew me the fuck off. He agreed to it. We were emailing back and forth, and then
that happens a lot.
I was like, motherfucker, like, come on, dude.
We got somebody lined up for tomorrow that's like kind of a big deal, and it's like, well,
yeah.
Now we're like, well, what's going on here?
I hope it goes through.
Let me get a drink of your water, man. So let's talk about
would that fireball burn you?
Yeah.
Pussy.
Fuck you. You're the one puking out of both ends.
Yeah, not anymore, motherfucker. I'm gonna shit right here.
Don't do that. You stink up my fucking pub. So today we went and saw the movie. We already talked about the intro and the nostalgia with it. We were kind of disappointed that we went in knowing Bam wasn't going to be in it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they were like introducing, and there was like 4, 5, 6 people. There was like 2 black guys, a white guy named Poopy,
Poopies. Yeah.
Poopies. There was a lady, cute girl, and I think that was that real big fat guy covered in
Yeah. Can't remember
tattoos.
his name.
I
On
don't
the
remember
back of his
either.
back, if you watch it again, it
So
says "I love fat cock."
Yeah,
It's like, that's fucking
it's a
stupid, but
strange tattoo for
so
a man.
funny. You know what's funny is some of their new guests were probably like in kindergarten when fucking Jackass came
Yeah,
out,
I
like
wonder. I would
2000.
like to know how they came across these guys.
Can I be honest with the new
Yeah,
people? I wasn't thrilled with them because
the big guy was pretty funny. I liked the big guy, but he's basically a younger Preston.
you know what I feel like they did that? I think they did that because they're all fucking old. Did you notice most of
They
the
were taking the
a
hits.
lot of fucking big hits, like
Yeah,
going down the
especially that
fucking
big dude. He was
yeah.
doing shit Preston did 20 years ago.
Yeah, Preston barely did anything.
Right.
Like none of them
He
did
shit his
anything.
pants. Remember
I mean,
that?
fuck, I've
No,
shit
I
my
know.
pants.
I
You know,
know.
I
But
know.
I just mean
But
like
no, I get it. But like,
the fucking England, he was taking some
oh
heavy
yeah, he got
hits.
dude. I'd have lost my shit with
Knoxville got knocked out what twice, and well, he got a head injury and bled,
yeah on
and then
the
in the bull run, he got knocked the fuck out.
yeah. You know what? One thing they left out, going back to the nostalgia part of it,
Hmm.
none of them announced really anything what they were doing. Did you catch any of
Oh,
that?
they totally did.
Like I was just
No,
so
they
used.
totally did. They're like,
They
I
missed a few though, right?
oh, a few of them, yeah,
Yeah, I
but
was
they would be
like,
like the real
I know the new
instead of giving
crew.
it a title, like I'm Johnny Knoxville,
Yeah,
and
I'm
this is
so
the
used to
fucking
like,
rattlesnake
yeah,
test.
this is the band on a fucking fuck, what are they called? It's sitting right over there. What's that thing called? A
What?
treadmill.
Oh yeah,
The
yeah, yeah,
big
yeah,
ass
yeah, yeah.
fucking treadmill.
Right.
I don't know, man. Maybe it was I'm so used to it, but I didn't feel it.
They did it a
I
few
didn't feel
times,
it.
like this is the cup test, and then it would say
Yeah,
the cup
yeah.
test, and
I like
they
a
did it a
few of them,
couple of
but
times.
I just I don't know. I didn't feel
And then a
that
lot of
part of the
times they kind
movie.
of mocked it. They'd be like, "Well, I guess I'm the new guy, so I'm supposed to say I'm poopsie and I'm gonna get
Yeah.
fucking kicked in the balls."
I just like I wasn't thrilled with the new crew. Maybe because
I like the big guy, and the new girl was cute. She got like I'm telling you, man, I don't think a sting from an emperor scorpion, it can't be that bad if they let that girl get
yeah,
stung in the
dude.
face 5, 6 times.
Like right in the lip, and I didn't even
Yeah,
see it
and I bet it
swell.
hurt,
Yeah, yeah,
but it's not venomous, or it's just it's like if I took a thumbtack and poked you with it. Now, the thing that bugged me, there's 2 things that really bugged me. The tarantula thing, because they were picking that. I'm a fucking big tarantula fan. I own one and I've had a few in the
yeah,
past, and they shouldn't have been picking it up the way they did. And I'm surprised. It takes a lot for a tarantula to bite you. I'm like, I even remember leaning to you and I'm like, they're not going to get that spider to bite them. And they fucking did. But it's because they were squeezing it. They had this fucking
yeah.
tarantula.
You seen him do like that,
They're squeezing
and
it to
then
where they made the, because they tucked their fangs in and they squeezed it to where, like, if you ever took a cat's paws
yeah, and you push the
and
back side of it.
made the claws come
Yeah,
out, they basically did that to this tarantula. So then they put the fangs on the finger or nipple, I think it was the
yeah, it
nipple,
was right
and
here.
then let go of him, and then he just went wham because he's like fucking pissed off. But if a tarantula can die from a 6-inch fall, you know what I mean? And for them to put that in that fucking, it's cruel to the animal. I don't mean to sound like like a fucking Karen or a little bitch. That's like fucking go ahead and
Yeah,
wasn't MGK in the new one. Yeah, we'll
yeah,
get to that. Facebook user, if you click on the link and you say, or just tell
yeah,
us your name in the comment.
yeah.
Tell us
It's
who you are.
this
Say,
setup. It's hard for me to control anything,
yeah, we got
so
the camera a little
it's
far
not
away.
like we're not ignoring y'all. Trust me.
So I want to know who's asking who MJK if MGK is in the new one. But yeah, he definitely was. We'll get to that. But the whole tarantula thing, I don't mean to sound like a little bitch, like, oh, it's cruel to the animal, but it irritated me because I own
Yeah,
tarantulas and I love tarantulas. But
yeah,
anyway, they had a fucking like a crypt from LA, like an old school crypt, and they fucking put a fucking goddamn tarantula in the thing, and then when they picked him out, I'm kind of surprised it didn't bite then because they're just like wham and grabbing it, and it's like you don't hold a fucking tarantula like that. And when you get bit by a tarantula, it's basically like 2 fucking wasp stings. Like it hurts and it sucks. But it could be so much worse if you're allergic to it. And the only way to know if you're allergic to a tarantula is if you get fucking bit by
get bit
one.
by it, yeah.
And I don't know, man. They're venomous, but not enough to fucking kill you. And then like the whole rat snake, I'm pretty sure they're
No,
not
they're not.
poisonous at
No, that
all.
you can
Can I have some more
find
of your water?
you could you could find them in barns and shit on
Yeah, if a
farms.
rat snake bites you, it's gonna hurt, but
Nah,
they're not
they got little
poisonous.
teeth. I get it. Like, yeah, it was a rat snake, but I would never put my face up to a
No, and I'm not gonna let
fucking
it bite me on the
snake.
tip of my goddamn
No,
nose.
get the fuck out of
And
here.
I think the whole emperor scorpion thing was probably like a really bad mosquito bite. You know what I mean?
I
But
wouldn't have done none of that
I
shit.
still wouldn't. Yeah, right. And dude, all right. So I brought up the tarantula. That bugged me a little bit. The second thing that really, really bugged me was the goddamn bear.
Oh,
And I not for fear of the animal, because fuck that
it's
animal.
Nikki.
Nikki Brownfield. Um, yeah, MGK was definitely in it.
Yeah, he had to go to the bathroom and change his drawers after he
No,
showed
I
up.
didn't. I jerked off. Why you gotta lie? No, but MGK was definitely in it. And there was this skit with him and Steve-O, and they were on like electric bikes, like exercise bikes. And they had these like wind up hands that were like probably made out of styrofoam or couch
It
cushions
still
or
looked like it
something.
hurt. Fuck.
It could have. It definitely
No,
could have.
I'm pretty sure because even MGK was like, I didn't expect the hand to hurt.
Yeah, that's right. He did say it hurt.
Yeah.
But they were basically on these electric bikes pedaling, and the faster you pedaled, it made your opponent's hand cock back. And then when you got so far, then it went whapata, and it flung you into the swimming pool.
Yeah.
The main thing MGK bitched about was how cold the water was.
Yeah, both of them were like, "Oh, it's so fucking cold."
Yeah, it was freezing balls. I kind of wish MGK was in a little bit more. I don't fucking care. I like the guy. Fuck off.
I
dude,
don't care, dude.
I like him.
Whatever.
No, I
Like,
know you don't
I
care,
don't.
but I get a lot of shit for liking him. It's like, take a bowl of dicks, insert, thrust, repeat, just eat them or squeeze them, whatever you got to do. What were we talking about before that? The bear.
Yeah.
I wasn't worried about the bear because that bear could have fucking went bear.
And do what bear things do.
Yeah, it's like Siegfried and Roy were like magicians in Las Vegas. And they had this fucking tiger. And they'd have it balancing on balls and jumping through hoops of fire. And one day this tiger mauled the guy. And they're like, oh, the tiger went crazy. It's like, no, that fucking tiger went tiger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, it got mean. No, it didn't. It got tiger.
It finally did what it was supposed to do.
Like, what the fuck did you think was gonna happen? That's white people shit forever. Like these look at Blair Witch Project. White people going in the woods, like, let's go find a witch. Look what happened to those fucking guys, idiots. But it's like fucking man. Like I've known people who've had like wolves for pets, and they're like, oh, I had to get rid of it because it got mean. It didn't get mean. It got wolf. Like, what the fuck, dude? You know what I mean?
I had to get rid of it. It tried to bite me.
Yeah, like,
oh, finally?
Oh, yeah, really?
You've had it for how long? 3 years. Oh, it's just now finally biting you?
Wow.
Damn, I expected it to be
Yeah.
within the first week.
Oh, it went crazy. It didn't go crazy. It went fucking wolf.
It did what it's supposed to do.
Yeah.
Instincts, yeah.
Eat your fucking neck with a smile on its face.
Yeah.
So the bear thing, I was just like, I don't care how long you've known this bear. You could have had this bear. You could have fucking be the one to pull it out of its mom's vagina. And you could have raised this bear and bottle fed it and everything. But if that bear wants to go bear, it's gonna go bear. And it could fucking rip that guy apart. And like, I know there's editing involved with these shows and movies, but there was, and they could be faking it. But that dude at one point, the handler was like, I gotta go in. And he went in and put a chain around him. And that could have been whatever, to fucking seal the deal and make it dramatic. Hype. But
I don't know.
There's no way.
He had those big ass claws and he was going right for that dude's dick.
Them fucking claws we've seen a lot of dicks in the Jackass movie.
Absolutely.
Though that one of his claws were longer and thicker than
any of
dick.
those dudes' dicks. Yeah. Absolutely.
And he could have just inserted his fucking claws into his belly.
Done.
And the guy's done. And like the way bears are is they don't like fucking like a tiger, for example, or a wolf will like bite and shake, you know. A bear, they just pin you down and take chunks out of you. They don't care if you're screaming.
Eat your face while you're alive. And
yeah, they don't care if you scream. That's just what they do. And like that bear could have went bear at any moment, and that was reckless of them to do, in my opinion.
No, it was. I felt.
I'm sure they had guys with guns, like, you know.
Well, you saw the big thing of mace. Did you see the big thing of mace in the news?
But it only takes 1 second, and that would have changed that guy's life.
Yeah,
what was it? England's last Darren England, I think. One of these, boom. You know, if the camera could see, just that bear putting one in his belly button and going like that. Yeah, come on with the mace and the guns, but that guy's life has changed forever. Anyway, I feel like I've been fucking.
No, you're good. I feel like throughout the whole movie, I feel like they, to me, and I get it, 20 years later or whatever, I kind of feel like they shortchanged the movie a little bit. Like, I feel like it wasn't as big as what I thought it was going to be. It was good.
I went in with pretty low expectations.
Don't get me wrong.
They're in their early 50s. I was like, this is going to be kind of lame.
I went in. Impressed. I honestly went in as another Jackass movie.
Okay.
Like, show me something I have not seen, because Jackass, you got a lot to do, because I watched CKY years before you motherfuckers. You were doing shit that CKY crew was. You were reenacting shit they've already done.
For the most part, yeah.
You know, so I'm just like.
And like the whole behind the scenes with the taser, like, oh, we've seen that before.
Yeah,
but
I've seen the taser. Oh, absolutely. I still like to see people get hurt. You know, I'm just being honest.
I wish I had a taser right now. We'd just fucking go back and forth.
Fuck. I don't know. I'd probably shit myself.
A lot of it was regurgitated Jackass, like the typical, oh, hey man, go order me a hot dog, and then the fucking bam, the big balloon comes out, and or like, oh,
the rocket, some sort of animal,
the cannon, or like, oh, he's in the porta potty. Oh, gee, I wonder what's gonna happen next. It's gonna fucking blow up, you know. But it's, I mean,
no, I get it, and maybe that's just their scheme when they write it. Oh, we're gonna do paintballs, and we're gonna have a toilet explosion, and then we're gonna do something in the open public.
Yeah.
You know, like,
some of it was pretty predictable. Like when they did the musical chairs. Yeah. They're like, oh, one of them's going to explode. Yeah. And it's like, all four of them are going to explode. and then that's exactly what happened. All four of them exploded. But yeah. It was still funny. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I'm not discrediting it at all.
But there was a lot of, speaking of balls, there's a lot of balls. The opening scene, I didn't know it was enough. Ladies, women, what is our percentage of women listeners now?
I checked the other day, it was 23%.
Dude, we started at what, 3%?
Like 3, yeah.
And now we're at 23?
Yeah, 23.
That's amazing. Ladies, I apologize for the way our genitalia looks. I never realized how ugly dicks and balls were until I watched Jackass in my 30s. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like, dude, I'm in the Army. I don't think I've ever seen that many dicks in a shower. Dude, and it's like, shave your balls. Like, we need to holler at Manscaped to fucking, because trying to get out this would have been crazy. A perfect plug for Manscaped or Ballsy. Like, men, shave your balls because it looks weird. Your wrinkly ass. I'm gonna send them this podcast. Let's fucking do it. Hook me up. But man, the things women must go through before they perform fellatio. Oh, could you imagine? Like, oh. No, I don't want you to imagine. Before we get too far into it, I just want to say, like, as a man looking at 50-year-old men, there was a lot of them. Yeah. And I was like, those are ugly. Like, they're not pretty. Like, hideous. Like, the men reproductive shit ain't the prettiest anyway. But when you watch it on a big ass screen, when they're like the big screen, and you're like right in the goddamn middle, and you're like, holy shit. And they're squeezing them between plexiglass and hitting ping pong balls off them. I'm like, dude, what happened? They put a cup on fucking Homeboy. What was the one? That was the worst. They fucking hit him in the. They had the world's fastest softball pitcher.
Well, no, they had the UFC guy,
the hardest hitting
hardest
UFC
hitter.
fighter of all time.
Then
The fastest pitching female pitcher,
softball
who cracked him in the thigh at least the first 3 times.
Twice.
But because he moved,
Yep.
And she's like, if you quit moving, I'll hit you. Like, I'm accurate. Bam, he didn't move. That fucking hockey player.
Oh, done.
2 shots. One right to the face. He's like, I did that on purpose. The next one's for your nuts, motherfucker. And he hit him right in the nuts.
Yeah, right in the dick.
Yeah.
It ended up like,
how are they so
ended
accurate?
Up denting the fucking cup.
And we saw that at the end credits. Because I'm like, I think that thing broke.
Dude.
But that definitely wasn't a typical cup. Because every cup I've ever worn in my life was hard plastic. That one was fucking steel. Yeah, you saw it was metal.
But could you imagine wearing a plastic?
No.
I would have done it. Like if you took a pogo, isn't that what they call it, a pogo stick?
I forgot about that. Homeboy lays on his back.
Oh, dude, it's hurting my balls just thinking about it.
He's got a fucking cup on.
Oof.
Homeboy's bouncing on a pogo stick, lands on the cup, and it like pierced through.
Yeah, it slid down, and
they showed his nutsack stretched to the sidewalk.
On the fucking
when he took it off, his ball sack was bleeding. And I'm like, dude, why?
I don't know.
Why? Like, I'm sure
it's for the film.
I'm sure that they're like, I bet none of them are Bam rich. Bam was maybe not anymore, but like the guy owns Lamborghinis. Like Bam is he was crazy style rich. I don't know what Knoxville has for money, but brother, it would take a lot.
Oh yeah,
to get in a room with a bear covered in honey and fresh salmon. It would take a lot for you to ping pogo stick on my dick and balls. Like dude, I don't know. In my 50s?
Yeah. I wouldn't even do
fuck that. Like, why?
Nah. I don't know, man. I don't know. Just thinking about it, like, and I heard Steve-O talk about, because I watched Steve-O's podcast.
Yeah.
Shout out to Steve-O. Go check him out. Plug him real quick.
I only saw the episode with him and Tommy Lee, the drummer of Motley Crue.
He's got it figured out. I mean, he's got the money to do it.
Yeah.
But we
would have the money to do it too if you guys donate to the Patreon, only $5 a month, and we will send you T-shirts and fucking art prints. And what else do we got?
I still got to send Ryan's fucking
3D printed things.
I'm sorry, Ryan, if you're watching, dude. I promise you, it's packed up. You've got your sticker, and you know what? You get
$5 a month.
You'll get one of these signed photos by both of us because we're both here, so we can sign this shit.
Yeah,
I'm looking right at it.
Should I go grab them real quick? Talk about what you were going to talk about. I'll show them off.
I was gonna say, what was I gonna say? What was I talking about?
We were talking about
Bam. Oh, money.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he was rich, because of CKY, and then his skateboarding. I think they shortchanged him when it came to Jackass in general, and that brings me to another point.
I still gotta sign these, don't I? I didn't sign them yet.
Yeah, that brings me to another point. I think, check it out. I don't know, just something to give to people who support us.
Max Cave did this, by the way. Max Cave did the T-shirts for Fright Crate, and now he does the art prints for Sobe, right?
Yep. Yeah, we've got him over to a way better business than what he was doing it for.
For sure.
What was I saying?
Money.
What
would it take for you to put honey on your balls and let a bear walk in the room?
No, yeah. So I was
shot with a fucking paintball gun.
I was saying, with Jackass crew, Jeff Tremaine and all them.
Yeah.
How they won't pay nobody and shit.
Yeah, let's talk about that. About the what's that documentary called?
Yeah, the Wild and Wonderful Whites of West Virginia.
Yes.
Ended up like shitting on that family and not paying them anything.
Yeah.
And the only information I got from that was from Durkee, I think his name is. He was the boy on it that was he shook the pill bottles like it's a Boone County mating call. But on his YouTube, he talks about how they stole from the white family. They got no money from it. They were promised all this shit. So I kind of believe it because kind of what they did with the whole CKY shit and the Bam Margera shit, uh, and how dirty they were with the what did we call it? What did they call it? The skateboard.
Oh, Big Brother
Yeah,
magazine.
how fucking shady they were about the kids, telling kids that kind of shit.
Yeah, how to kill
Yeah, so
themselves and
like,
asking them fucking what kind
so I
of
just,
noises do you think your mom makes when she's getting
so I
fucked by
see
your
a
dad?
pattern. Like, they're not paying people. I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and shit on the Jackass crew, but I do see patterns of the CKY stuff. Like, they basically like stole that from. I feel like they stole it from CKY. I don't think they gave the credit that Bam deserved. Because
I
be
believe
honest
so
with you,
too.
dude. Be honest with you, if it wasn't for Bam and CKY, there would be no Jackass. I'm just saying.
I agree
Absolutely. I
100%.
think.
I thought it was cool too. All right, let's go ahead and say it. The treadmill scene.
Oh yeah.
They did this marching band thing. At first, they were like, there was this big thing before the movie ever even came out. They're like, Bam Margera will not be in this movie, and he
Yeah.
was like, I'm not going to be in it, and like, why? Because
So, my understanding, Bam Margera was not going to be in it due to the contract and due to uh what he had to do, what rules he had to follow to stay basically fit, focused, and there for filming.
don't be
Eh,
getting fucked up,
Don't be drinking,
drinking,
don't be taking
doing
pills and
drugs,
shit,
right?
and he couldn't do it. And I think he even went through
Didn't he
some
try to go to rehab and
rehabilitation,
shit? And
and he ended up suing Jeff Tremaine and the Jackass crew. That's why it
really,
took Jackass so long to come out.
how
Yeah.
did Bam come out on top? Did he get any money or
I don't
what
know.
happened?
I don't know. I mean, obviously,
It's his goddamn fucking thing,
dude, that's
dude.
the thing. I think they shit so hard on him. And
Remember
I get
when?
it, man. Like, I understand it. He lost his best friend and he went down that fucking downward
Yeah,
spiral. Right
right.
after Ryan died, dude, he was
It
never the
fucked him
same.
up. Yeah,
And I get it, man. Like, I've lost friends and
that poor
I've
fucker.
got friends that lost friends and I see it, but I think, and I don't know, we don't know behind the story shit. They could have gave this man 50,000 chances and he just kept blowing it and blowing it. We
Yeah,
would never
he could
know.
have. Maybe he was the arrogant guy, like "fuck you, I
I don't
should
need
make the
help. This
Jackass
is my
movie." And
fucking movie,
but
you
there's
know.
contracts involved and
Yeah,
there's
dude.
legal
Wait,
steps.
you're
Like,
you're in the big leagues now. This ain't some VHS
yeah,
recorded fucking
exactly.
VCR shit that what
But
you're doing.
imagine how, if that is the case, imagine how he feels. Like, I started this in my backyard, you
Yeah,
cunt.
yeah. How
And
would that
now,
make you
fucking, how
feel?
dare you? I gotta fucking sign contracts. Like, you should be signing my
Yeah.
contract, you little bitch. I started this shit,
Yeah, I
but
feel like
I
they
don't know
shit
the
on
whole
him.
story.
I
I
don't
wasn't
either.
there.
I'm only seeing from what I see, and I think
Just the outside looking in, right? As
yeah,
fans,
I
and
feel like to me, I feel like they shit on him. But you know what? One of the other crew members could tell us a different story. We'll be like, oh, okay. But until then, I don't think they gave the credit what they needed to. And maybe he was just a total cock about it, and they just pissed him off. Pissed, the Jeff Tremaine and
don't they always say there's three sides to every story: yours,
yeah,
mine, and the
did
truth?
what really happened. Yeah, and
Yeah,
I understand it, but it was very hard watching it without Ryan for one. That was super
right.
shitty because I was a big Ryan Dunn fan. Again,
Oh, the guy was
CK
great.
fucking
And
Y,
we stood there and watched the credits to see if they shouted out Bam, and they did say special thanks to the
the
Margera
Majera family.
family.
Yep.
And I
Um,
wonder what that's all about.
I don't know.
Maybe just because they know. Think about all the Jackass videos that were probably filmed in fucking Ape and Phil's
Oh,
house.
absolutely. The whole CKY shit was
Yeah,
not,
right.
and they lived in
So
a trailer, dude. It was a double wide trailer.
instead of saying Bam, they're like the Margera family.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I get it, I guess. But so back to the treadmill scene. There's this marching
yeah.
band, and there's this treadmill going like what looked to me it might as well have been 70 miles a fucking hour, but it was probably like 15. I don't know if you fucking have a treadmill or not, but they go up to like 12, 15
Yes,
miles an
yeah,
hour,
something
and it's just
crazy.
like it's crazy. So these guys are dressed up in their fucking uniforms, and I never once thought Bam was in the line. at all.
Yeah, when the movie started, I was like,
There's no band.
there's no band. Like, I get it.
So these dudes march around this treadmill. They step on it and bing, they get zipped. Johnny Knoxville's the first one. He busts his head against the wall, starts bleeding. Steve-O was next, got knocked out. They put him in a neck brace afterwards. And then the new guys, the black kids, the new guys. And then when they re-showed it in slow-mo, I think it was the third dude that stepped on the treadmill, crashed into Steve-O, flew backwards. And it was like, you pointed out, you're like, that was fucking Bam.
Yeah.
And I'm like, motherfucker, that was Bam.
Yep.
That was fucking Bam.
Because he got up and turned to the camera, and I was like,
that's fucking
that's
Bam
fucking Bam
Margera,
Margera,
dude.
Yeah, I was like,
It makes me wonder if that's like one of the first things they did.
That's what I'm thinking. Like when they started filming before he,
and then they're like, wait a minute,
up.
Man, you're fucking, you can't be doing this.
Yeah,
you're
the contract says
and,
you have to be sober when you show up.
Yeah, so maybe he breached the contract or something. So he's only in the one skit.
Yeah, that one little bit. Maybe he got paid for that little bit too.
I don't know, but it's been 20 years since the last one. They said it makes me wonder how much shit they had to. It makes me wonder if he was involved in anything, and then they had to like they weren't legally allowed to put it in the new one because contracts were involved, you know? Because we all know, like, he went to rehab and the guy's fucked up.
Yeah.
But his best friend died, and it's like, man, I've been through a lot of shit too. Everybody's different, but now outside looking in, I'm thinking, Bam, he's a spoiled fucking kid, probably. Sponsored skateboarder. Like, your only real job in your whole life was doing something that you're gonna do anyway, ride a skateboard, right? Lots of money off this. Every fucking band you've ever loved, all you got to do is send an email to an agent and be like, I want to hang out with this band. And it's like, oh, now you're best friends with your favorite band, and you got multiple houses, Lambert fucking goddamn guineas. He's probably a spoiled kid. The first tragic thing that ever happened was his best friend dying.
Right.
You know, me fucking not trying to make this about me or comparing or anything, but like me at 14, my brother died. So I had heartache at a very young age. And it's like I wasn't spoiled multimillionaire or anything like that. So this guy he's a very pampered guy, had everything he ever wanted. And then as an adult, the first fucking shitty thing that ever happened to his best friend got taken from him. So it probably really fucked him up because nobody's ever told this guy no, ever in his whole life. And then God was like, whoop, I'm taking one of your most favorite people. And he's like, he fucking lost it. Like, does any of that make sense?
No, it does. I look at it as a sense of humbling. A very, very hard humble. You know, like, this kid thinks he's on top of the world. And like,
and instead of dealing with it,
I don't think maybe he was so much spoiled, because in a sense he did work for it.
He earned it.
He earned it.
But at the same, not with his fucking.
No, I know what you're saying. I think his parents,
like, everything you have, you've earned, because you've been to the desert, you've been overseas,
Right.
You fucking.
It was earned very hard in a sense.
Yeah, and
you know,
him, he earned it because he's talented, but he's riding a fucking
he just
piece
gets
of wood.
he gets up
At
and
the
does
end
a
of the day,
trick.
think about it.
No, I completely
Nothing
understand.
against it, because I can't skateboard.
No, I can't either.
Talent is talent, and I don't care what it is.
I know what you're saying.
Anything that you practice to get better at is talent. I don't care if it's stacking dominoes to make a fucking circle and make them all fall in order, drawing, cheerleading, anything. If you practice something to get better at it, and if you do in fact get better at it through practice, that's a fucking talent. Whether it's cooking, sign language, I don't give a fuck what it is. You know what I mean?
No,
seriously.
I get it.
But he practiced something to where he was able to make a living off it, and god damn it, good for him. And, but the kid was never told no, and then, you know,
that's
life
when we go
kicked
back
him in the balls for the first time,
right,
in a very deep, dark,
hard,
tragic way.
Right, and I don't wish that shit on nobody.
Absolutely
like,
not.
That's a hard, humbling it.
So yeah, humbling is a good word to use.
Like,
I bet it knocked him right the fuck down, and he's like, he didn't know how to take it because he's never been through anything like that before.
And that was his best friend, you know.
Yeah, and he wasn't with them. What were they doing? Just fucking driving a car fast?
No, he was at a bar, him and his buddy. and they had like way too much to drink. And
But they were
Ryan,
driving, right? But they were going like super
oh
duper
yeah,
fast.
it was like over like 150 or 60 miles an hour.
Yeah,
in a
and they
Porsche.
crashed like
In a Porsche, hit like a guardrail off into like the forest with like a ravine.
they went
Well, it
right.
was like a fucking bridge,
Yeah,
burned
poor
up.
bastard, and he was in the fucking passenger seat. Like
No, he was the driver.
Ryan was
Yeah,
driving.
he was driving. His buddy, which was in the Navy or something, was the passenger.
Oh man, and they both, I'm sure,
Oh
fucking
yeah,
died.
they were both dead. And I think the fire is what finished them off. They burned up or some shit.
Fuck that. That's
Yeah, dude, don't
crazy.
drive Porsches or Ferraris, man. You burn the fuck up when you
Well,
wreck them.
don't get shit hammered and drive. And then
Well,
if you
yeah,
are,
don't
don't
do
fucking
that.
do
Don't
100
drink and
goddamn
drive.
20 miles an
Yeah.
hour. You know,
For all you listeners out there, don't blame us.
all 1.5 of you.
Don't drink and drive.
Yeah, don't, dude. Like fuck.
Yeah, I don't know.
Call somebody. Call an Uber.
It
Something.
it obviously wasn't the same. And like you said, I went into it knowing Bam wasn't going to be in it, knowing Ryan wasn't going to be in it. Compton ass Terry wasn't in it.
Well, you know what happened to him, right?
Yeah.
Terry Kennedy.
Yeah.
He was in Chicago, as a matter of fact, outside of a hotel room, and he fucking hit a guy, knocked him out. Dude fell, got a brain hemorrhage, and fucking died.
Yeah.
And now he's got 2nd-degree murder.
Didn't Compton ass die in prison, or didn't he die?
No, Compton ass Terry is alive.
Is he? I thought he died
Motherfucker,
too.
this literally just happened.
No, I know. I thought he died.
No, Terry Kennedy is this fucking professional skateboarder. I'm gonna
I
look
thought
it up right now.
I thought I
while I'm
read he
looking.
died somewhere. I could
Terry
be wrong.
Kennedy.
Oh, Compton
Terry
ass.
Kennedy, sometimes referred to by his nicknames TK or Compton ass Terry, is an American former professional skateboarder. He was sponsored by Baker and Pharrell's Billionaire Boys Club. He is the co-founder of Fly Society, a clothing and music brand. But just recently, they gave him a 1st-degree murder charge. So this happened in DuPage County, which is about an hour away from me. It's the Chicago County.
Yeah.
Skateboarding star Terry Kennedy has just been charged with 1st-degree murder. A spokesperson for the DuPage County State's Attorney's Office tells us the charge was formally filed Monday afternoon after the man Kennedy allegedly attacked at an Illinois motel last week died over the weekend. We're told Kennedy appeared in court for a bond hearing after the filing. Though the proceedings were continued until Tuesday morning, Kennedy is now facing up to life behind bars if convicted.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, as we previously reported, officials say Kennedy attacked 23-year-old Josiah Casahun in Oak Brook Terrace, Illinois. That's like where they do Days of the Dead and shit. On July 27th, and then fled the scene. Kennedy was eventually located, arrested, and initially booked for several charges, including aggravated battery in a public place and threatening a public official. But what does that mean? Like telling a cop I'm going to kick your ass, or maybe a security guard or something? But we're told Kennedy was hit with maybe that too.
Yeah.
But we're told Kennedy was hit with a murder charge after the Cook County Medical Examiner's Office ruled Casahun's death on Saturday as a homicide. We've reached out to Kennedy's reps for comment, but so far, no word back yet. Kennedy's a big star in the skating world. He's appeared in the popular skate video games, often boarded with Rob Dyrdek over the years. And he once squeezed Bam Margera's dick. Wow, that's a weird website. But no, Compton ass Terry was the guy that would be on Viva La Bam.
Yeah.
He's like one of the only black dudes.
Yeah.
And then he'd have his pants around his ankles, like on purpose to be obnoxious.
Yeah, he was the token obnoxious guy.
The token black guy.
Yeah.
And
everybody knew Compton ass Terry. It's like, oh,
Compton
fuck
ass
yes,
Terry,
Compton
yeah.
ass. And I noticed Loomis wasn't in this one either. Remember Loomis?
I do not.
The skinny little, he'd always wear the refs. He always wore the ref suit, had like the fucking, Google it real quick.
Oh, I
Loomis,
know.
and
Yeah,
he's like,
kind of had the fucking,
he'd always like,
what's Gigi Allen's brother's name?
Yeah,
Merle.
He always had like
he had the Merle mustache.
Yeah,
kinda. Yeah,
Loomis.
the homeless fucking Loomis looking motherfucker.
He wasn't in it, and the
Well,
guy,
of course not. Why would he be?
dude, he was in all the other ones.
Well, the Jackass movies.
Yeah. And the guy that was in Wild Boys, was in several. He was the animal handler.
Yeah,
can't
he had
remember
the
his.
fucking like
Yeah, he had the
alligator teeth or
alligator.
shark teeth
He
or
live.
whatever
I think he lives in
necklace.
Florida. He
But
wasn't in
why
it
would they
either,
have those people? You know, it's
dude.
just
Yeah,
like
but that's part of the crew, man.
not anymore.
Uh,
Apparently, you
I don't
know,
know. They changed a lot,
it's
and
not the same, bro. It's like
I know it's not, but
it's
fuck.
fucking 20 years later, and
Has it
you
really
got to
been
think
20 years? I thought it was like
they said
12.
20.
I thought
No,
the
they.
last Jackass was in like 2011.
I don't know, man.
Look it up, man.
I'm
I feel
gonna.
like it was because like they had Jackass 3D.
But moral of the story is about the Terry Kennedy thing. Don't fucking punch people in the face.
Yeah.
Be careful. Swallow your fucking pride. Like I swallow my pride when motherfuckers are like, "What up, fool?" or whatever, talking shit. I'm like, I peace out, dude. I swallow my pride because if you fucking clock somebody one time
Yeah.
in a bar parking lot and they fall and hit their head, they get a brain hemorrhage, your
Yeah, you're
fucking life
done.
is over for fucking second-degree murder. Like that's
Just let them
fucking
hit you
nuts.
first, dude. And then you say
Or
everything
just
else after
walk
that is
away or something.
self-defense. Well, I'm just saying.
Jackass the movie, 2002, 20 fucking years ago.
Oh, it was 20. I
Yeah,
thought it was
man.
like
How
2011
long
for
have we
some
been
reason.
going for? An hour?
Yeah.
Oh, we have one viewer. That's amazing. Thank you.
Well, it's late.
We've had more than that. I know. We don't care. We're gonna fucking
Yeah.
talk anyway.
We're
But
gonna talk and we're gonna post it on all everything. It'll be uploaded. But
I think we kind of covered everything anyway, didn't we?
yeah, I think that covers pretty much kind of the review, my side of it, your side of it. I'd say at the end of the day, the Jackass Forever, it is for what it is. It's
I know you like to do the number thing. What would you rate it? 1 out of 10. I know you like doing that. I make
I
fun of people who do that,
I
but let's do it.
well, it's my thing,
I know it's your
fucker.
thing. Just like Halloween 3 is your thing, and that sucks too, but that's neither here nor there.
I'd say it's 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10.
Yeah. What'd you say?
I think I'd give it a so we're not doing the same thing. I guess I'll say a 7 out of 10.
So yours is kind of like
I went with very low expectations.
yeah.
My whole fucking thing was I just wanted to go to the fucking movies with you.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
That's it.
No,
Like
I
I
get
didn't
it.
care what movie we saw. Like I was like, oh, there's a Channing Tatum movie. Let's go watch that with the fucking dog and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a fucking real story about fucking the fucking army guy. And he's got a dog. I just wanted to go to the movies with you.
No, absolutely.
And we took the kids to the trampoline park and stuff, and that was fucking cool. And but at the end of it all, I'm like, I want to drink some beers with my guy. I'm like, let's go see a fucking movie. And I was
Yeah.
like, Jackass. I'm like, dude, me and you
Fuck
talk
yeah.
about CKY
All
all
the
the
time,
time.
man. Yeah.
So I
Fuck
was like,
yeah.
what better fucking goddamn opportunity? There hasn't been a movie in 20 years.
Gosh,
What other
20?
opportunity are you and I going to have to see a Jackass movie for the first time together in a movie theater?
In theater, yeah.
Yeah, like fuck it. Let's go.
We'll never be able.
My whole thing was just going there with you and having
Yeah.
fun. And you know what else I'll tell you? So I went in with low expectations and I laughed my balls off.
Oh yeah, I
it was
laughed.
great. It was
It was
funny.
great.
And then with that being said, what I like about going to see a movie like that in theater, we didn't necessarily have to worry about being quiet.
No. You and I were like, it was a fucking dick.
Yeah,
Just
right. And it's like there's only 6 people in there. There was a guy and a girl couple behind us. I'm pretty sure there was another guy and a
it
girl.
was someone
They
over
both
here
kind of looked
too.
like dudes, but that's neither here nor there. And then we had us. We totally looked like dudes, but we had popcorn in between us. Neither here nor there. But the whole thing to me was just like, the fuck was I gonna say?
In the movies?
Yeah. Oh, about not having to worry about being quiet. Like if you're gonna watch the Batman movie, you shut the fuck up. And you watch the goddamn and you got to listen to dialogue.
You don't say shit.
Yeah, right. And like
pay attention.
Yeah, comic relief moment, you giggle and you shut up. But this movie, it's like laugh.
Yeah.
And like we were like, dude, did you see his balls? Weren't that fucking nuts? We were just like, dude, oh yeah, fuck it. Fuck, like no one was like, hey, be quiet over
shut
here.
Up. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just like fucking, it was cool, whatever. Like it was the perfect movie for me and you to go see together. It's like, fuck it, let's fucking. I snuck in a bottle of E&J. You know, I'm fucking getting shit hammered, drinking
doing what we
fucking
do
brandy.
best.
Yeah,
It only
fucking,
costed $20, bro, for
yeah, man.
popcorn, 2 large, and a ticket.
I recommend be an A-list member.
Dude, I say I gotta do that, but we don't
got
have
AMC
that.
around
I gotta
ya.
take a goddamn loan out to fucking see a movie with my family, dude.
Yeah,
It's like,
right.
fuck.
You don't got AMC's around you, huh?
I think it's what's the other one? What's the other big one?
I don't know.
Fuck. But anyway, whatever. It's not AMC.
Regal?
Maybe.
Is that the one where they had like the Ecto and they had the fucking super sweet goddamn
No, that was
fucking
AMC.
screen bucket
That was
Nikki got me
AMC.
and shit?
It was AMC.
With the Ecto?
Yeah.
Yeah, they had that, but I think Regal had the screen bucket that Nikki got me. I think AMC had the Ecto one fucking thing.
Yeah, they ended up paying fucking triple for.
We're at an hour. What do you want to do?
I don't know, man. That's it for Jackass Forever.
Yeah,
I definitely think it was a good movie, but I'm rating it low just for the simple fact of uh the expectations. I get it. It was low, but
Let's talk about.
I
I'm
think
sorry, I
they could.
totally interrupted.
No,
you.
you're good, man. I think
Nope.
they could have did better.
Well, they're fucking 50.
I mean,
they gotta be.
I'm talking about like the same, like
come up with something new,
something
especially if you got new people in the crew.
Something just a little
Oh,
fucking
let's
different.
fill up a fucking slide full of fucking Jello again.
I tell you what,
and land on the dirt.
Let's get your dick and your dick.
My dick. fucking
smash them and then we got paintballs. I don't know. Maybe they should.
I want to ask you this too. I asked you this when you were shitting in the theater. Well, in the bathroom of the theater.
I was trying to shit.
But at the grand finale, they're all on a fucking little fucking thing, swirling around, drinking milk, trying to puke on each other. And they send in the military, which was probably actors, do you think?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
None of it was real.
So this fucking airplane came in, dropping bombs.
I think it was fake.
I'm going to go out there and say that it was 100% pyrotechnics.
Oh, yeah.
In the ground, lighting them off.
It kind of looked like a drone if you look closely.
And I bet the camera was zoomed in to make it look like a real aircraft. But my question is, I think in all honesty, it was a drone and it was pyrotechnics. But in real life, do you think the military could pull something off? Like, hey, we got fucking A-list Hollywood actors. They're not A-list, but you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Could Hollywood trust our military enough to be like, fly over, drop bombs, and don't kill anybody? Just scare the shit out of them. Is the accuracy that good? Do you think?
Yeah, I think we are. It would be more or less. We're not going to drop it as close because then what's the capability of what we're going to drop on you?
Yeah, right.
I can drop a bomb fucking 5 feet from you, but I can't control what the bomb's going to do with you.
After that, right. It's like a grenade.
I could throw it next to you, but,
I can't guarantee you're not going to catch it.
Yeah. I mean, it's all staged. I think it was just
clearly that wasn't. Yeah,
it was just like you had Johnny Knoxville wearing fucking specialist rank with goddamn general fucking bars. I was like, fuck out of here.
That was like,
did I tell you?
That was the first thing you said.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, specialist, come on, man. And I'm like, I don't know what that means.
But didn't I say on one of our couple of podcasts, it was the Anthony guy?
Yeah, Peter Anthony.
And, I was like, every movie cannot replicate the actual military. Like they have to throw something off. Right. And that was Jackass.
They're not allowed to, right?
I don't think they're allowed to do any of that. They can't.
They can come as close as like even Friday the 13th Part 6.
Yeah.
When we had CJ Graham go live for us, like our first live celebrity Q&A in the Cool Kid Collector Club. Mm-hmm. We asked him, we were like, how accurate was your costume? Because it was a Vietnam costume or costume. Sorry. See what I told you? I don't like doing the instead of saying costume, I said costume. I fucking told you.
Because I said cast earlier.
He's like, it's 98.6% accurate.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right. So it's not 100% accurate. He's like 98.6%. And I'm like, I'm like, how do you know it's exactly 98.6%?
Where's that other 4%?
Yeah, but like that's what he said, because like maybe it's probably comes down to the stitching.
Yeah,
You know,
comes
like
down to
things
that
like that.
that
Like I guess,
contract. Like, how much can you
yeah. But when I
replicate?
asked him that, he had the number, baby. He's like, it's 98.6% accurate. I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, I'm not gonna ask again.
So I'll leave it at this. I feel like at the end of the movie, they paid tribute to Dunn, but
Yeah,
I think if it was me, I would have had one of his stunts reacted,
I think they did though, because
and
when the
that would have
credits were
been
rolling, they had.
no. I'm talking
Remember how
to
they showed the old side by side and the reenactments? I
yeah.
think they might have did at least one or
I'm
two of the
I'm talking
Duns.
about one of the only stunts that Steve-O backed out of, and Ryan Dunn stepped to the plate and fucking did and
Which one
killed it.
was that?
It was the toy car and the condom in the asshole, and he goes into
I
the
remember
medical
that,
examiner.
but there was another one too.
Steve-O backed out of that. He
Right.
called his dad. His dad was like, "I'll fucking disown you if you
Yeah,
do that
that's
shit."
right.
Yeah,
And
I
that
think
wasn't Viva La Bam or Jackass. That
no,
was CK Goddamn
no, no,
White,
no,
right?
no. It was Jackass. I
It
think it
was
was Jackass
Jackass?
2.
Okay.
Yeah, because
Okay.
Steve-O backed the fuck
Remember when
out.
the doctor's like, he brought in the camera guy and he's like, don't tell nobody.
Yeah,
He's like, you told him that's too many people.
yeah,
He knows too
yeah.
much.
There's a
Right?
toy car in his fucking
Yeah,
asshole.
but he said car toy. He's like,
Yeah,
it's car toy.
it's car toy. And like Ryan's walking up, he's like, "Oh my
And they're like,
goddamn
dude,
ass!"
hurry up. He's like, I'm not gonna
Yeah,
run. I
he's
know
like,
what you're
"Fuck
doing.
you, goddamn
That's
asshole!"
right. Steve-O backed out. He
Yeah,
bitched out. But there was another one in the movie where he's like, I'm fucking standing here fucking 20 years ago and I didn't do it. Now I'm gonna do it. Do you remember what it was? It wasn't the bull. Was it the bull? And then
no,
Knoxville did it. There was a fucking thing where Steve-O was like, 20 years ago I bitched out on this and I'm gonna do it this time. And then he did it, but I don't remember what it wasn't even like
yeah,
that big of a deal.
no, I don't.
It was something stupid. Like I don't
That
remember
the
what it
one I know he
was.
bitched out the most, and he even talked about it in his podcast
About the
about him
condom and
bitching out. Yeah,
because his
several of
dad
his
was
he
like, you
always, yeah, he's like, I've done like 2 things in my life. You know how
yeah,
Steve-O talks, and he's
yeah.
like, nah, and it was the car stunt or whatever. But I think somebody out of that crew should have stepped to the plate and
Reenacted
reenacted
it,
it
yeah,
for done.
for
That's
done.
what I think. I think
Because
they,
we sat and waited for the
yeah, dude.
credits.
I was like, they gotta
And
come through
then
with
they showed like
something.
a couple of little things that done, and I get it. At the very, very end, spoiler alert, whatever, it's no
Yeah,
big
watch all the
deal.
way through the credits.
Watch the whole goddamn fucking credits. But at the very end, they showed Dunn like cruising on like what Don Vito would ride on, like
Yeah,
the
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 little
the rascal
the rascal.
things,
Yeah,
and just being dumb and punch people in the balls and stuff. But at the very end, it showed Ryan Dunn, and instead, the logo Jackass Forever,
yeah.
it said Ryan Dunn Forever. And I clapped and I threw up the horns. I'm like, fuck yeah, that was awesome.
No, I get it. It was great tribute, but
And I think
I think
I
they
think
should
he
have.
deserved a lot more
They
than
should have
that.
done
I
something
think they
Ryan
did that
did.
for clout, for people like us to be like, oh, cool, they gave Ryan Dunn clout,
Right.
but they
Well,
should have done a
had they
lot
had done
more for
something
him.
more that, and I'm not an expert on any of these movies, but like someone who knows where the fuck Ryan Dunn came from prior to Jackass,
This movie, you know what, like when
you know.
when you and I get pissy about shitty remakes and stuff, like they shouldn't have called it fucking. Like me, they shouldn't have called it Halloween 3. They should have called it Season of the
Oh,
Witch,
absolutely. And I
right?
will agree with
In
you
my
on that.
opinion, right?
No, no,
But
and I will agree
so
with you on
I
that.
kind of feel now that I'm getting all fucking buzzed and pissed off, I'm kind of thinking they shouldn't even have called it Jackass, because it's not fucking Jackass without Bam Margera and his homies.
Yeah, absolutely.
So they should have just fucking called it
Knoxville.
something to call, but it ain't.
And
They
I get
own
it.
the fucking goddamn name and whatever.
They just used, and one more thing before we go. You know what really pissed me off
Mm.
is they brought that kid's dad in and they hyped him up. Oh, he's an
He's
ex-convict
yeah.
felon.
He was
Nobody
clearly a Crip from LA,
I
because
don't
they
fucking
did a lot.
care.
No, I know, but they filmed a lot of it in LA, and from what I could see from the background, and they kept showing LA stuff,
Yeah.
and he steady wore blue. So I'm assuming his dad was a fucking Crip from LA, but they're like, yeah, he's basically afraid of everything that's not in the ghetto. So it's like, okay, tarantulas, vultures, and it's like, why is this guy even? This is
Yeah,
the
he's
Jackass
irrelevant.
crew.
Yeah, this
I
has
don't
nothing.
fucking give a
Like, is he
fuck.
the new Compton ass Terry? That's what I was thinking. I was like,
No,
they couldn't even.
this guy was older than all these
Oh,
motherfuckers.
absolutely.
You know,
Yeah. I don't know why they
let's
hyped
put
that
a
guy up.
vulture on a black guy's arm. You know,
Yeah,
and
like
like
nobody cares. I didn't care. I was like,
it was really stupid.
absolutely. I think they hyped him up too much and put him in too much of the goddamn scenes. I'm
I
like,
don't think they hyped him up. It was irrelevant and
well,
dumb.
no.
Like,
Johnny Knoxville brought him on and was like, oh, this is an ex-convict
yeah, this
double
badass. And
dirty
it's like,
felon.
and what's funny is like
Like,
when they dropped in the tarantula between him and I think England,
yeah.
he was like, "You look more nervous than me, and you do this stupid shit all the time," you know, and like. I get it, but it's like, oh, you know, black people are afraid of spiders. Let's fucking put an aquarium over his head and drop a spider in. It's
Yeah.
like, it was just kind of like, okay, first of all, they clearly said whoever loses has to get bit by the spider. That black guy lost
Yeah.
because the spider went to him and they're like, all right, we're
Yeah.
gonna
Dude,
make fucking
England's
England.
face, he was not happy. Like, you could just tell his demeanor was like,
Yeah. And I want to know,
fuck.
I want to know what that guy got paid. The other guy, the one guy's dad, the black guy. That
Yeah, he had to have got something out of it.
Well, because he was bitching at his son and he fucking grabbed his arm and he's like, he said the N word too. And he's like, N word, didn't I get you a job?
Oh, yeah, he
to
did
his
say
dad,
that.
yeah. And he's, you know what I mean? Because he just got out of the joint. And he's like, N word, didn't I just get you a job?
That was very shady, dude.
It was like that whole thing could have been left the fuck
yeah, I
out.
don't care about that. I only want to
Stupid.
see Knoxville, Wee Man, Steve.
I want to see Phil and Ape bitching at people.
Yeah, I want to like I want to see April going, oh my god, what is that? What is that?
Right.
Yeah. I want to see
'Cause
fucking
the whole thing about
Phil
like,
falling in a hole.
I'm gonna go out and say it.
I don't
Viva La
know.
Bam's better than Jackass.
Oh,
Fuck 'em.
absolutely.
Because it was a family thing, you know, and it was in Bam's house and it was a family thing. You had mom and dad there, and like clearly all of Bam's friends were fucking family to
Oh
his
yeah, they
mom
were
and
all
dad.
yeah.
He had a mansion. They all had their own
They all
rooms.
like before
April
Bam
probably did all their fucking laundry.
Yeah, before Bam took off, they would all sleep in the same house.
Yeah.
April would feed them. You know, Brandon DiCamillo like was not happy at all when CKY went Jackass. He even mentioned, I don't either it was on an interview or on Instagram, how Brandon didn't like the mainstream anything. And he was totally against it. And if you think about it, most independent artists, musicians,
Right.
are against the industry because of everything the industry brings. Like, yeah, you're gonna be up here. Yeah, you're gonna have fucking Lamborghinis and all this shit.
Not in the music
But
industry.
I'm just saying though, like, you're gonna sell yourself out for this label.
You're gonna have the popularity, but not the money.
But
You know,
you're
but
gonna
Bam and his crew had the money.
Yeah, you're gonna work for this fucking label. You're gonna
Right.
die for this label and get nothing, no more than what you'll never touch what the label's getting out for your
Right.
ass. And Brandon was so against that, and he was not happy when CKY went mainstream with Jackass, and that's why you didn't see him in Jackass 2
I
because
bet
he was
after
like,
that,
"Fuck this."
I bet after that it turned into a job. When CKY first started out, it was all their
I don't
homies.
not so much a job, a fucking contract.
Well, that right.
You know
a
what I'm saying?
job,
Like,
right.
yeah, I get
But I'm
it,
saying
but like,
when they were all just buddies in fucking Pennsylvania, fucking kicking each other in the balls and fucking stupid shit, they did it for fun, right?
yeah,
Like we're doing it anyway. Oh shit, cool. We can make skateboard videos and put them in skate
right.
shops and make a little bit of money. But then when MTV gets involved, now it's like, oh hey, dude, we got to film on Friday, and it's like,
Fuck.
like we film when we fucking hang out. Now I got to come to your house at noon and get makeup or fucking, you know, I can't wear this shirt because it says fuck you or whatever. Like now it becomes a fucking job. Now it's
Yeah.
not fun anymore. Like you get kicked in the balls by your friend at random, or if you got a 40 in and you're like, hey dude, drive down the street and I'm gonna see if I could jump over your fucking car
Yeah.
on this shitty ramp when I'm wearing fucking your little sister's roller skates.
Yeah.
But now it's like, oh, now we have to do this stuff. Now it's not
Now
fun
it's a
anymore.
script. Oh, we have to do what Jeff Tremaine.
Yeah, and
is
even if
telling
it
us to
don't
do.
hurt, dude, act like it hurt. And it's like, dude, fuck this. Like this
Yeah.
isn't fun anymore. We're getting paid now. But whatever happened to fucking stealing shopping carts at 3 o'clock in the morning,
Yeah.
and then fucking Mike Vallely shows up
And
beats
the
up the
shit out
fucking
of
guy.
like 4 or 5 dudes, dude. Oh,
Yeah,
I
like
remember
now
that
it's
shit.
fucking. Oh, now we
That
gotta
was the
pretend.
shit.
Yeah,
Oh, I would not want to fuck with Mike Valley. Fuck that.
Vallely. Yeah.
Valley.
Everybody
Valley.
called him Mike.
I call him Valley for the
Well,
longest
everyone called him
goddamn
Mike
time.
Vallely.
Oh,
And
I
then-
said Valley.
Yeah, his name's Mike Vallely. But then when Viva La Bam came out, he fucking flipped out and he's like, "It's Mike Vallely."
Yeah.
You
I
know,
would not want to fight that guy. But yeah, man,
I'll
that's
fight him now
fuck
because
all
he's
that.
probably fucking
he's
50.
probably like, yeah, he's probably
No,
old
I'm just
now.
kidding. I wouldn't fight
Nah, I
him. I
still
wouldn't
wouldn't
fight
fight.
anybody. My fighting days are over.
But yeah, I would end it with that, man. I think they didn't give Ryan what he deserved. Like,
he
don't get me
deserved much
wrong.
more.
They
Well,
did
what
a
can
tribute.
what could they? Yeah, they at
Well,
least.
I
at
get it.
least
What
they
more
gave
could
him a
you do?
tribute,
I
yeah.
tell you what they could have
What do
did.
we expect? A 15-minute fucking thing?
Hey, fucking
you know?
Steve-O, you know that shit you bitched out on 20 years ago?
Right.
And Ryan fucking came through? Well, guess what? You need to pay your fucking dues to Ryan and
Right.
fucking do it. That's me. I would have been like, you're gonna put a fucking toy car in your fucking asshole, and we're gonna go get X-rays, and we're gonna film it.
I'm glad. Let's get out of here. We're gonna say that we're glad they paid tribute to Ryan Dunn, but we feel like they should have done more, and this is for Ryan Dunn.
Absolutely.
Now
I love Fireball.
we got to give a shout out to all of our patrons. I got to bring up all your names.
Fuck.
If
It sucks drinking with the fucking sinus acting up.
Now, if you want to donate to our podcast, please do. Go to www.patreon.com/don'tblameus. We have t-shirts for you. We have
I should have wore one.
We got stickers. We got Rip It energy drinks. We got fucking super rare New Glarus beers. We have, what else? We got autographed fucking art prints made by Max Cave. See, I told you. Max Cave. We want to give a big shout out to all of our Patreons. Ben Newman, Chandra Daler, Ryan Merriman, Brent Kopaka, Tara Myers, Paul Tonkovich, John Daly, John Bailey, Steve Bowers, Stephen Arms, Chris Cargera. What's this one? Stephanie Rosenpaul.
Yeah.
Read the next 4 ones. I can't get them.
Tara Myers, did you already say that?
Yeah, I did. No,
Paul?
I already did. So the other ones are hold on a second.
Well, there's fucking 2 of them. I still don't know the goddamn names. Oh, Samantha. I can't pronounce her last name.
Stevenson, I think. Samantha
Stevenson.
Stevenson.
I can't read your fucking handwriting.
Samantha Stevenson.
And then you got the 2 mysteries, dude. I still don't know their names, and through Anchor, it doesn't even like it. It just says supporter.
Yeah,
$4.99.
A lot of
I'm
the
like, what the fuck?
A lot of the patrons that subscribe to us don't put their fucking name, and you got to give what is it? What do we use when we go live?
Yeah, you gotta
StreamYard.
You gotta give your
permission.
StreamYard name permission. So
Yeah.
you donate. Like, I get it, I see it, but I can't fucking send you anything.
Yeah.
Like,
so thank you all to all of our patrons. We truly appreciate you all so much. And EA Horror.
oh, what's up, EA? Sorry, she always comes in at the last minute too.
Right. Nikki Brownfield, big shout out to you too.
Ryan coming on, showing us some love. And we're gonna go live a couple more times since I'm here visiting. I leave Thursday, probably Thursday morning, so we got at least 2 more fucking days. We got something lined up for tomorrow night. I hopefully come through. Well,
Yeah.
tomorrow
the
evening,
whole
but
we're supposed to have the lead singer of a very, very awesome heavy metal band. That's one of my favorite metal bands, and I've been talking to him, and hopefully he said he's gonna come on, so we're just waiting. I don't like to count my chickens before they hatch, so we'll just see, you know what I mean? Did I say chickens or did I say
yeah,
hickens?
I
I
think you
fucking
said
told you.
chickens, man.
I think I
I
said
don't know. I'm
chickens.
buzzing too,
Let's go.
dude.
We
You
gotta
want?
get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
We're gonna go play some pool. We'll hop back on here though for the patrons. If you like to see us fucking do dumb shit, extra
gotta
stuff,
upload
after show stuff, that's for the Patreon. So thank you so much. Again, I'll say it one more time. It is www.patreon.com/don't blame us. Thank you to all of our subscribers.
You get some cool stickers for at least the first tier.
Yep.
And then as you stay with us, start viewing the content after about 2 or 3 months, you start bumping up to the next tier. You'll start getting bigger things.
Yeah. You
It's
don't
a
get
work in progress.
Don't think you're
man.
gonna give us $5 and then get a T-shirt out the mail. You gotta stick with us for a few months.
I wish I could get t-shirts for 5. Fuck.
Yeah, no
They're
shit.
fucking expensive.
All right, hit them with the outro and let's get the fuck out
let
of
me
here, 'cause
lean
I gotta
over
piss.
and make it all awkward and shit.
Do it. I'll lean with you. We're out.
See y'all later. Take my time on doing this outro.
Thank you for tuning in to our little Passion Project podcast. Remember, we go live every single Friday night, same damn time, same damn channel. So if you miss it, don't blame us.